And we're live. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Lancashire User Forum, where we're here to create a safe space for people who are struggling with addiction, drug, alcohol, and mental health issues. We've got lots of really exciting people on here tonight, so I'm super excited, but I'm really nervous, so just give me lots of love here. I'm Emily. I work for Red Rose Recovery, and I'm also in recovery from addiction myself. I'm an advocate for the Lancashire User Forum. I want to introduce Brad, who's going to help host with me tonight. So the lovely Brad Duke. Say hello, Brad.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, this is my first time of co-hosting tonight, guys. I'm a little bit nervous myself, so you'll have to bear with me. I'm also a volunteer for Red Rose Recovery in the east of Lancashire, and also an advocate for Lancashire User Forum. I'm really excited for what we've got for you tonight on the show.
Oh, thank you. We've got the fantastic Peter Abbott, who is going to be doing the comments and helping us out. Hi, Pete.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Pete. It's an absolute pleasure to be asked to do the comments on the LUF Lounge this evening. Can't wait to get the show going. There's loads and loads of stuff packed in there tonight, and I'm going to be keeping you up to date with all the comments. Emily, you are getting a lot of love already, which is great. So, I think we're going to be having a great show tonight. Just one of my favourite ones that popped up there already is from Lee Thomas, tuning in from the Costa del Chorley.
Oh, go on, Lee. I love Lee Thomas. Go on, Lee. We've got also, just introduce yourself, we've got Antonella.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Thanks for having me. I'm beyond delighted to have been asked to be a guest speaker. I grew up with Emily. Emily is a childhood friend of mine, and it's really important for me to be here today and see what you all do and how I may be able to help with your vision, because I am an ambassador for the Frank Bruno Foundation, and our aim is to give something back to the community. So thanks for having me.
Thank you, Nelly. We've got Ben SOS in the bucket hat. Go on, Ben.
Ben SOS, it's your boy with a bucket hat coming through. Thanks again, Emily. What an amazing host. Alongside my girlfriend Auntie Nelly and Brad and the rest of the guys. So look, it's a fantastic lineup. Make sure you all share and just share it far and wide, right? Let's spread the message that we do recover, right, gang?
Thank you. We've got the fantastic Willie. Say hello, Willie.
Hi, my name's Willie. I'm a recovered addict for 8 years now, and currently recovered from mental health problems as well, but still have my fair share of them.
Good lad. Going to give you words of wisdom afterwards. We've got Jacob John. Hi, Jacob.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jacob John. Thanks for having me on, Emily. I'm really happy to be here. I'm going to talk about my experiences as someone in recovery who come into recovery at quite a young age, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my work. I work for the Challenge Through Sport initiative. We've opened up a community hub / charity shop in Accrington, and we're looking to build it as a sort of place for people in recovery to come and take part in groups and social events. So I just want to come and talk about that as well.
Brilliant. Cheers. Thank you so much. And then we've got the fantastic Glenn, who's going to be giving us some music. Hello, Glenn.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm Glenn. I'm in recovery, and it's an absolute pleasure to be asked to come on and play a couple of songs for you guys and everybody watching. So thank you so much.
Oh, brilliant. Right. So any more comments quickly before we take it over to Brad to introduce the first guest?
Yeah, Katie Mason, Emily, aka Jackie Weaver. Go on, Kate. Loads of love going out to Antonella from Chris Rowlands. Let's have a little slide up there. I did see something for Brad on there. It was Brad, give it up for. I'll find that one for you in a minute, guys. But just I will say, if you could like and share, everybody that's watching and everybody that's involved, hit the like button, hit the share button, do it many, many times throughout the show. Let's get as many people on this forum as possible. And I did just see it. It's from Brenda Costello for Brad. So it's a big shout out there for Bradley. And loads of love for Willie. Yeah,
There's
back
lots
to
of
you,
love.
Emily.
Yeah, there's lots of love for Brad. Lauren Duke, love you, Brad. Colin Bowman, yes, Brad. Not being funny, but
Brilliant.
hello. I'm here. Hello. Valentine's Day tomorrow. Anyway, Brad, introduce the first guest, sweetheart.
Yeah, so I'd like to introduce Mr. Costello, which is Glenn, who's going to be playing music for us tonight. Been trying to get him on for a while, and I think his confidence has grown enough for him to be able to get on. I'd just like to give a brief introduction, if Glenn don't mind.
Yeah, that's all right, Brad.
Just how I met him in a treatment centre last year, you know, and seen him walk through them doors, you know, a broken man. And, you know, I could see something in him. I could see something in Glenn. And, you know, and today he's shining bright. You know, it's nice to see that glow back in your face, Glenn. You know, so what song are you playing for us tonight? Is it Times Like These, the first
I'm
one?
going to try my rendition of Times Like These, yeah, by Foo Fighters.
Fantastic, brilliant. So I'll leave it to you, Glenn. Over to you.
Thanks for your comments there, Brad. I'm nearly filling up there. You got me there. Here we go. I'm a one-way motorway. I'm the one that drives away now, follows you back home. I'm a street light shining. I'm a white light blinding bright. I'm burning off alone. It sounds like these you learn to live again. It sounds like these you give and give again. It sounds like these you learn to love again. It sounds like these time and time again. I'm a new day rising. I'm a brand new sky, and the stars are fall tonight. I'm a little bit of a road behind. It sounds like these you learn to live again. It sounds like these you give and give again. It sounds like these time and time again. It sounds like these time and time again. It sounds like these you learn to live again. It sounds like these you give and give again. It sounds like these you learn to love again. It sounds like these time and time again. It sounds like these learn to live again.
Absolutely smashed it, Glenn.
Yes, Glenn.
Brilliant song, that, mate. Well played.
Nice one, Glenn.
Thank you, guys.
Comments coming in for you there, Glenn. We've got one from Katie Mason saying someone give Simon Cowell a ring and get you a contract. I think that's amazing, mate. You know, that's some good feedback there. Darren Bird loves his recovery family. Keep them comments coming in, guys. And don't forget to hit like and share. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. That was fantastic. Sorry, I just had to learn how to spotlight people. So not quite sure if I'm spotlighted or if I'm not too sure. So next person up is Nelly. Antonella.
Hello.
Superstar. I've known Antonella since been about 12. Used to
Yeah.
sit in Antonella's bedroom while she used to sing Whitney Houston, and I was her fan. And Antonella has progressed since then. So I'm going to introduce Antonella. She's an amazing person. A lot of people have probably seen Nelly on her Instagram pages, YouTube, but I'm going to let her speak about what Antonella is about now and what Antonella does for mental health.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me. I hope you're all enjoying this live so far. Give us a like, give us a love, give us a share. You know, share the love. Okay, who am I? I am a 46-year-old woman living in Haslingden, finding things quite tough at the moment because I live alone and I'm shielding. Why is mental health really important to me, regardless of the large, bubbly character you see online? I've always worked in mental health. Ever since leaving school, I went straight into mental health. I've worked all my working life in the prison system. And I was on the admissions unit. You know, these guys were being taken off the streets in drug-induced psychosis episodes. They'd committed some sort of crime, and they would come into my care, and I would assist them with their mental well-being and try and get them better. Mental health is a massive thing for me, always has been. Obviously, working in the prison system and assisting people, and whether you think you can rehabilitate people or you see them into recovery, that wasn't my job, but I always hoped for a better day for these people. So it really is for me about knocking out that stigma. I have no judgment at all. I don't care where you've come from, where you are, what gender you are, what status you are. To me, you're a human being, and if I can help, I will, and I still live by that ethos today. My aim is to help people who's facing any challenge. Because of my platform and the personality that I am, I'm under no illusion at all that I was asked to be an ambassador for the Frank Bruno Foundation because I have nearly 2 million followers. Frank Bruno actually approached me himself, which was, I didn't actually believe it was Frank Bruno, obviously, as you wouldn't when he's saying, can I ring you, it's Frank, and you're thinking, absolutely not, you'll FaceTime me, and he did. And then he asked me, and he said, he's been watching all my agony aunt work, and he knows that I worked within the prison system and I looked after people with mental health issues, and he wanted me to come an ambassador for the foundation. So after speaking directly with Frank and looking at what he was wanting to do and how he wanted to give something back to the community, I agreed alongside Ricky Hatton and Tyson Fury, we work all very closely, to help people who are facing challenges, in both in and out of the ring, as we like to say, and that's why we stand by the hashtag knockout stigma, because we don't want you to face that alone as well. And I think having different ambassadors and different personalities, we all work in different ways, but we all try and make sure that Frank's vision is delivered by all of us. I mean, obviously, Frank's been very brave and honest about his mental health battles in the past, as we know. And not just, his battles in the ring, but outside he struggled very much with mental health and been sectioned on more than one occasion. So, he's quite happy to help anyone who may be suffering from mental health. Now, myself personally, I am not in recovery. I've never had to be in rehab, and I have never been addicted to anything other than food. So I did have to come out of the prison system because I suffered a stroke when I was 37. So I had to leave my career because I was ill, I fell ill, I had the stroke, and I could no longer work in the prison system. So coming out of the prison system, and when I did get that little bit better, because when I had my stroke, I couldn't walk, I was in a wheelchair, I lost the power of speech, I had right-sided weakness, I had to learn to speak again. Not doing a bad job, am I? And I still see a speech therapist. So anyway, long story short, I made as best a recovery as I can. I'll never be as I was, but here I am, a lot better than most. So I'm a stroke survivor. And then I got myself a little admin job at the doctor's as one of the very few nice GP receptionists, I like to say. And from that was born Antonella the Uncensored Reviewer. So I started doing a few online products reviews, and people tend to sort of like it. They tended to sort of relate to me, because there's more of me than there is an Instagram model. And that then blew up my platform. Like I said, I'm under no illusion. The roles that I come across, whether it be on TV, in the theatre, meeting all these weird and wonderful celebrities, is because of the following that I have, and people know that they can use that to their advantage. But I only ever put my name to something that I can see myself doing correctly and properly. And being a mental health ambassador is a massive thing for me, because I do care about people. I've always cared about people, and I will always try and help people with their mental health, sort of aim towards doing a mental well-being with them. I do a lot of one-to-one sessions on a weekly basis privately with people who are suffering, you know, who are really struggling. They're recovering from different vices. You know, they've been through domestic abuse, they've got PTSD, they've got OCD, they've got anxiety, whatever it may be. I do one-to-one sessions with these people, completely free of charge. But it's about reaching out to that one person who knows they can come to a safe place with somebody who doesn't know them, won't judge them, and we face that problem together. So that's what I do, really. So even though you might see me on This Morning on Flower Pot Corner, or you might see me in Panto, or you might see me on a Wednesday night on the Over 18 show, which is strong language and sexual talk throughout, or you might see me in the agony aunt role of Auntie Nelly on a Sunday afternoon and giving advice that's purely for entertainment purposes. I know that I'm good at what I do because I truly believe in what I do. I've got the kindness, the care and the respect and the compassion for that individual who reaches out, and I would never turn my back on anybody regardless. So I know it's hard to find somebody on this kind of platform who's never been in recovery or needed any assistance with addiction, but let me tell you, I don't take my role as an ambassador lightly. I really don't. Mental well-being is so important, not just to me, but to you as well. So if I can help, please reach out. I'll help anybody. Have I bored you all to sleep? Have you all fallen asleep?
Nelly, absolutely fantastic. Like I say, Nelly has never suffered with addiction, but she's certainly been on a journey following me on my crazy path of drunkenness, and she's always supported me. You know, when I've rocked up at Nelly's talking absolute garbage, and she's been there for me, and she's always been worried about me. And that's the other thing about Nelly is, I remember doing a bit of a live share, and Nelly commented that she didn't actually think I'd be here still. You know, that I weren't quite sure where I'd be. But it's just nice that I can share this now with one of my closest friends, and share this journey, and also have Antonella on here giving inspiration.
I think it's important as well for people not to be scared or frightened just because they don't understand somebody else's troubles. Not to be afraid or shun it or close the door on it. You know, if my daughter was, I mean, my daughter will be 26 in October. She lives in that there London. But if my daughter was to ever have come to me as a teenager and said, "Oh, I'm going to try drugs, Mum, and you can't tell me not to because you've never done them," you know, get the information. You know, talk to your child, don't shun away from it. You know, speak to people who have been in that position. And if somebody comes to you and they want help, when people come to me and say, "I'm addicted to cocaine or alcohol," or I might not be the best person for that, but I certainly, as a human being, as an individual, have a responsibility to assist the person who's reached out. And I think that's where we're falling down in society.
Absolutely, and that's just amazing, honestly. Nelly, I bet you've got lots. Well, there's lots of people that have put comments on here. I can see we've got Darren Bird, wow, powerful. Leslie Ann Edwards, true empath. Peter, do you want to carry on with any of the comments for Antonella? You're muted.
Yeah, Antonella, you got loads of love there. You know, there's people posting up your links to Antonella Uncensored.
Oh, thank you.
You know, it's loads of love there. Liama, we can see that you're struggling there. You know, keep reaching out. Someone is going to contact you. I am just having a little bit of trouble with Facebook at the minute. It's dropped off, so I haven't got my comment stream up. So straight back at you, Emily. If you could carry on, and I'll.
If anybody wants, honestly, if anybody wants a one-to-one session with me, all they have to do is inbox my page. And I might, like I said, I might not be the best person because because I don't know what it feels like when you need a drink, and I don't know what it feels like when you need a hit. I don't. But if it feels anything like it feels like when I want that full jar in a teller, I'm your girl.
Oh, well, Nelly, we've got Lindsay Jackson. Wouldn't the world be better with more Nellies?
Working within the prison system and working with the gentlemen that I did work with, and I'll always call them gentlemen, they'd been failed by society, as you can imagine. The charge sheets were just copyrights of each other. They've been failed by society, failed by the parents, failed by the teachers, failed by us as neighbours, if you will. And I often, to this day, still wonder and worry about them, and really wish they'd had a different start. And I think sometimes we're so quick to judge people. We look at a person and we're so quick to judge and think, oh my God, you know, how can you get yourself in this state? How can you do that? Why would you do that? You know, there's always a bigger picture to everybody. And until you've walked a day in somebody else's shoes, you've nothing nice to say, don't say anything.
Oh, yeah, exactly, Nelly. Well, we've got Wade Longshaw, one-to-one, please, for mental health. Wade, we'll put you in touch, sweetheart. Wade is, you know, he's part of Red Rose and he's doing amazing. We've got Katie Mason, amazing lady. Thank you very much. Lee Thomas, you can't study what Auntie Nelly is about. It's your DNA. We know lovely Lee Thomas. Lovely Lee Thomas. He's another local.
Nelly,
love that. There's so much love, honestly, Nelly. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Willie.
Emily,
yeah.
Can I just say a few words?
Of course you can, Willie.
Hi, Nelly. I'm currently in a care home at the moment. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you, sweetheart. Yes. Hello, Willie.
Yeah, I'm currently in a care home at the moment. Like 7 years ago, I was arrested for an offence just about weapon charge, and they kept me in prison for like 11 months on remand, while 2 psychiatrists thingied me. So I got section 37 at Crown Court. I'm still in now, and I've been in this care home a year and 2 months, which is the longest I've ever been in anywhere. Hospitals, and I just wondered if you had time, maybe I could get in contact with you about things.
Absolutely. My inbox will always be open for you, sweetheart. And like I say, I can't always completely understand how it feels, but I can completely understand where you are. I'm very empathetic, very compassionate, and if I can help in any way, if I don't know the answers, there will be somebody who can, and I will help you access that. So yes, of course you can.
Thanks, Nelly.
You're welcome.
Willie, I'll make sure that we sort that out for you, sweetheart, okay?
Okay, love.
Oh, Nelly, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Is there anything else, Pete, before we move
Yes,
on?
I'm back up and live again. Hi. that was a scary moment there. Barbara English, my life with mental ill health has been hard, but we can learn how to make the best of it, which is the most important message there, really, is that we can learn to live with this. And there are people out there to help us, like Nelly. You know.
Well, it's about coping strategies sometimes, and when one of our coping strategies is no longer working, don't take that as you failing, or it's a weakness, or it's getting the better of you. Circumstances, environments, things that happen to us, hormone imbalances. I suffer with anxiety, and my coping strategies I used to have in place that worked, now I'm going through the menopause, no longer work. So it's about reaching out and saying, I'm really struggling, and I wasn't struggling, so what's changed? And finding new coping strategies. But always, always use your voice. Don't be silenced by mental illness. Don't let it silence you.
I think this is one of the massive problems around mental illness, is that people are afraid to talk about it, you know, and it has been shrouded for years, you know, and it's become apparent recently that there's more and more people talking about it freely. More stars are coming out around it, and they're doing, you know, they're promoting mental health charities a lot more, you know. But let's face it, mental health as a whole is massively underfunded, and there needs to be a lot more funding and research put in there for mental health, so we can, you know, get some more support for people.
And I'd like to think that even though people can, you know, I worry about the people who say, well, I've reached out, but I'm on a 12-week waiting list. I've reached out and I've heard nothing. So that's why I'm not saying I'm Mother Teresa, not at all. But if that person who's waiting can maybe come to me for half an hour and it can help a little bit while they're waiting. I wish there were more of me at this time more than ever. So if you can, check on that neighbour, check on that person who's no longer texting back, check on that person who's not answering the phone. Recognise people's behaviours. You're not knocking on doors and having them slammed on your face. You might knock on a door and that person might really need that help. So keep checking in on people.
And that's the beautiful thing about Red Rose Recovery is we are one big family, and if we haven't heard from someone for a while or someone's not been on group or not picked the phone up, we're on it. We're on it, and we will make sure that we find out if that person's okay. And that's what I love about this forum. Do you know what I mean? We're all there for each other. And like you said, Nelly, if you can just check in on your neighbours, checking on your family, you know, that's all it's about. It's that simple, just to see if somebody is okay, you know, reaching out.
Yeah, some comments for you. Christopher Blenkhorn, sorry, I can never say that anyway. Do not be ashamed. Wade Longshore, too many judgmental people. Don't. Amazing lady, mental illness, defo silences me. Stuck in a rut, I can't get out of, really struggling, feel so alone and broken, Leanne Moore, you know, and there's a lot. This is just a small snippet of people that are here tonight. And all these comments coming in around mental health, it just shows how massive mental health actually is and how many people are struggling in silence with this.
Well, my inbox is always open. I can book that one-to-one session with you. It'll be very similar to what we're doing now. You get a brew, I'll have a brew, and let's just have a chat. And you'd be surprised how much you can get off your chest by talking to a stranger.
Yeah, have you got a link? Is it a page that we can put on?
It's just Antonella the Uncensored Reviewer on Facebook. If they follow me, they'll get a little box that says message or email. Send me a message saying, can I have a one-to-one, Antonella? And I'll come back to you and let you know what days and times I'm free, and we'll get it done.
So Ansel the Uncensored Reviewer, I'll put the link on shares now.
Yeah, just give me a like or a follow, whatever it is that you do now, and then it comes up with a message box. Let me know you want to one, and let's get on, because I'm worried about people's mental health, especially now that are on waiting lists. And I can't solve all your problems, but I don't profess to. I won't be able to solve all your problems, but I'll tell you something, you'll not face them alone with your Auntie Nelly in your life.
Oh, we all need Auntie Nelly. Love it. Oh, Nelly, thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Thank you very, very much for asking me. It's a privilege. Thank you.
Thank you. If you want to stick around, then you can do. You know, have a listen in. But thank you so much.
You're welcome. And congratulations on your new role. Congratulations on your grandchild. And I think the work that you're all doing is absolutely amazing. Keep it up, and thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nelly. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Right, Ben, the man in the bucket hat. Woo! Here he is. Ben, tell us what is going on with Dry Wave. Give us a bit of inspiration, a bit of transformation, and talk to us.
Oh, it's Ben SOS. In the building, in the dance, right? Red Rose Recovery, thank you so much. Thank you, Emily, and the rest of the gang that are behind the Red Rose Recovery scheme. It's great to be here. I'm just watching all your comments. You know, all your comments are amazing. You've got a real nice community that are all coming together here into the social media network, which is right for these times, right? We're in like these unprecedented times. Mental health has been like up here. You know, we was part of a study as Dry Wave, and there's something like, I think it was like 100,000 people are gonna need mental health, you know, around this mental health support around this time, because it's absolutely crazy. So Dry Wave's my little my little child, right? So hold tight, all the dry wavers out there. I can see you all coming in. I see all the love getting. I'm actually watching them on the screen. Yeah, so I've got all the dry wavers out there. Hold tight, Bev. Hold tight, Chris. And yes, Christopher, Blackern, Chris Rowlands, Kath Dunn, all the gang. Let's get a few shares on this as well. We know how we roll. So, you know, in recovery, we have to stay connected. We must stay connected, you know. So in order to do that, let's connect a few more people, and let's just tap that little share button in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, and then scroll down to all your groups, guys, and just start pressing share. So there's a share button in the corner. Let's just do that now and share to the rest of the recovery community while we have a little chat. So Dry Wave was my little brainchild, and I saw that the recovery community could be a little fractured. You know, NA's got the only way to recover, and AA's got the only way to recover, and CA has the only way to recover, and intuitive recovery is also, as it happens, the only fucking way to recover, right? You know, there's so many only ways to recover. And me, I take like a holistic approach with recovery. So, you know, as much as I love my narcotics, I was also an alcoholic. And as much as I was an alcoholic, I also suffered deeply with mental health. Thanks for all the shares. I see that number going up and up. Every time you guys share, this is why we stay so connected as a family, right? Because you guys press that share button. So thank you so much. As I was saying, so I suffered greatly in many, many different areas of my life. I was a bit of a sad case, right? I was addicted to nearly every single drug. I had mental health labels galore. I see that we've got some, you know, some comments saying that they have bipolar. Some suffer with depression, anxiety. I had labels bleeding galore. You know, listen, labels are only for bottles, mate. Because let me tell you something now, I had to really visit every single room in my recovery. So I had to look at, you know, I had to look at my fitness, my physical recovery. I had to look at my connections, my mental recovery. Who was I connecting with, right? I had to, you know, I had to look into who I was. So I had to find out which hobbies I liked, what I enjoyed, because I didn't know what I enjoyed because I'd taken drugs for that many years. I only really enjoyed getting high as I'm not going to say it, but you know how high I got, right? High as a mofo, right? So I was a high mofo. You better believe that, right? But then I came into recovery and I was like, you know what? I really love music. And this was like 10 years ago. I was like, yo, I really love music, right? And I really love writing raps. In fact, I became a performer, a very successful performer within the drum and bass underground scene. And I became a very successful promoter. I started off promoting 70 capacity events, so just small clubbing events, and then very quickly moved forward to 7,000, you know, multi-room super clubbing events, and it was all really kind of cool. And I did that. Thank you for all the shares. We're on 81 now. Let's try and push this to above 100, right? So let's get another 50 shares, gang. Do you reckon we can do that, guys? Let's get another 50 shares. So let's push this above 100 today. We're on 81, and it's up to you lot just to push this right above 100. I'm going to cut a long story short now. Music is the key to life, right? It brings us all together. It holds no boundaries. It holds no labels. You know, people love music. It's the umbrella. You know, it's the umbrella that you know, that covers the world, right? You know, we can all understand it. It's a language of the world, and it speaks volumes, and there's no pun intended there, right? Music speaks volumes. So this is what I decided to do to pull the scene together, and I created a very professional a platform and safe space for people that suffered with mental health, recovery, addiction, that whole umbrella. I wanted people to come and just celebrate the fact that they were, or they wanted to be, in recovery. We're nearly on 90 people, right? So we're getting there, guys. You're doing well. Let's keep smashing that, spam that share button out right now. You know, so we created a very professional platform with huge DJs, worldwide DJs. In fact, tomorrow night, get on this, all you lovers, all you haters, right? Yeah, all the Valentine's gang, right? All the singles, all the couples. Make sure you add Dry Wave events. I repeat that, add Dry Wave events, because we've got a huge Valentine's ball on tomorrow night with the Awesome 3. And you might remember Awesome 3. They're a world-renowned old school group, and they sang a song where it was, I cannot bear to see you leave me. I'm begging you, don't go. So you might remember that one. If not, don't worry about it. Get yourself down to Dry Wave events tomorrow night for the Valentine's ball. Huge world-renowned DJs. It's going to be a fantastic night. So yeah, look, music brings us together. COVID hit. We've gone digital. We've gone on the social media line, and we're doing really well. The page is growing exponentially through this crisis, because people really want and need some sort of entertainment and connection, right? So you can catch me on the Dry Wave page, or alternatively tonight on the Shinny Show. So myself, Ben SOS, has just landed himself a position on the Shinny Show. It's a huge platform. So it's Saturday night live at 9 with myself, Ben SOS, on the Shinny Show tonight. And it's just past the watershed, right? So me, I enjoy swearing. I like to swear. So you might hear a few swear words on the Shinny Show tonight, because you know, it's part of my makeup, and I like it. And you know, I'm doing all right by you know, by not watching my language so much. I enjoy swearing on the Shinny Show. So listen, guys, I can't wait to see you all there. Just a couple of shout outs: Karen Carpenter, Kath Dunn, the Tribe with Shinny. Yeah, hold tight, everybody at the Tribe. Andrea Haywood, Catherine Carroll, all the gang, mate. You know, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, you know where it's at. Dry Wave events. If we could pin a little Dry Wave events in the comments, that'd be fantastic, so we can get people coming over to the page to come and celebrate recovery with us. It's going to be a huge show. There'll be a few hundred recovery people there, so let's get you all down. Listen, I can chat for England, me, mate, so I never run out of words. So I'm going to leave it there. It's a beautiful, brilliant show, this. Thank you to everybody that shared and just pushed that number up a little bit. Emily.
Oh, Bet, I'm going to that Valentine's this one. I've got no one to come with me.
Man.
I'm going to be round in my pajamas. Whoa!
Listen, there's going to be loads of girls, loads of guys there. You can all connect if you want. I ain't going to stop you. You know, just don't try and out with me, mate. I ain't ready for relationships, me girls.
Oh, you're joking.
I'll tell you what, you should see my inbox. It's like, it gets rammed, honestly. I'm like, listen.
Oh, Ben, I was going to actually propose to you as well, but never mind, it's fine.
Well, do you know what? Maybe in another life, right? But yeah, it's been a lovely show. So thanks for the platform.
Oh, thank you so much. I have pinned, I've put Dry Wave on the chat, and Lee Thomas has put Mucking Fagic. So obviously that's his little swear term of. I like to swear. Ben, you are, along with me, I am a big swearer. So is Nelly. But
I love swearing.
We call it on our group. So we have lots of different groups with Red Rose Recovery. We have music therapy. We have lockdown laughs. We have quizzes. We have Friday fun. We have Hope and Beyond life stories. And
female groups, male groups.
Swearing with passion. That's what we call it. So
well, yeah, I think that's what it is sometimes, Emily. I think we kind of swear with passion, don't we? Because you know, we are passionate people, right? And I guess we're all adults and within context. You know, I think it's just when you get into that kind of professional environment, you see, I have to pretend to be professional most of the time, but behind it all, I'm not really. You know, I just, you know, I've just got a lot of passion, a lot of enthusiasm, and I think people buy into that more than they buy into my professionalism.
Exactly. Well, I know Red Rose are teaching me about boundaries, about, you know, controlling my my fiery side, and but obviously they don't want me to change who I am, because that's what makes me unique and Emily. So, but yes.
Hey, listen. You want to come work for Drywave? We don't hold any boundaries at Drywave. Hold tight, Wayne Warhurst and the rest of the gang. Who says Connie fun?
Hey, you see, we've got Darren Bird, fantastic. His is you silly custard. That's
Yeah,
it.
I love it.
Custard. And
Yeah, we love that.
So that's what Darren likes to say when he's feeling a little bit, you know.
Yeah,
thank you.
Love that one.
So we got some comments.
Oh, right, go on, comments.
Okay, Andy Karma found it hard to stay away from illegal substances with mental health, diagnosed with schizophrenia and psychosis, but he's managed it. Big shout out to Andy Karma there. T. Gillespie, Red Rose, always lifts me, love it. Chris Blankhern, love is the way to recovery. Leslie Ann, music is key to my mental health. I don't just hear it, I feel it.
Come on, man. Guys, have I got time?
Feeling the vibes, guys. Feeling the vibes.
Have I got time to tell you a little story or no?
Of course you have. Tell us a story. Go on, Ben.
So today I just want to show you this is my best mate, Eddie. Yo, holla.
He's
just he's just bashing out the computer now at the moment. But so Eddie brought his little nephew to come down today, so we took him out to go to Tesco 24, and we bought him. You know, we took him looking for some toys, right? So he's at this big bleeding aisle, toys galore everywhere. We said, "Come on, Daniel, pick yourself a toy." He's only 4, right? And he was just completely overwhelmed by all these choices. He says, "I don't want one. You know, I don't want one." So I said, "Really? Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah." And he was a little bit upset, and we're kind of thinking, what's kind of wrong with him now? I'm a deep thinker, right? So as we going around the store, just grabbing a few bits, I thought, let's just take him back to this toy section. So I know he's into Batman, right? So I picked him a Batman toy and I handed it to him and said, "Would you like this one?" It was a Batman Lego toy, right? And he's dead excited. You see, when I first came into recovery, right, I was overwhelmed with choices, right? I needed somebody to mentor me with the choices that I need to make. So as I was taking him through this Lego toy, we had a little booklet that we could refer to, and it told you which piece of Lego you had to pick, and then which piece of Lego went onto that, and how you clicked it down. And so we went through this book stage by stage. And as we were going through the little Lego book and picking each piece of Lego and putting it onto the thing, I thought, this is what I needed when I came into recovery. I needed a book to take me through, to build me back up, to build my Lego, to make me whole again, because I was so broken. You know, we opened that box of Lego and he ripped into the bags and we spilt them all over the floor. And I could see me in that Lego. Do you understand? Now after about an hour, we'd managed to build this really intricate, cool, smooth looking Batmobile, right? And I just thought, you know what? That whole scenario was me when I first came about recovery. I needed mentoring. I needed guiding. I found it overwhelming. I needed a book to go through. So you know what? I got myself a sponsor and I went through the 12 steps and all them labels, all them mental health labels, and they all fell away as it was put back together bit by bit, you know. So I just thought I'd share that.
Oh, do you know what? That's brilliant. It's true though, isn't it? That's amazing.
Yeah, it's good how you explain that, Ben, because we all need a leader, don't we? We need leading, don't we?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's amazing that, Ben. It's amazing, pal.
Thank you, man.
Me and Willie are going to go and build Lego when this lockdown's over, aren't we, Willie? We're going to go
Yeah.
build some Lego. We're going to build a Lego house, aren't we, Willie, me and you?
That's
Yeah.
build yourself a Lego house,
I'm
right?
sure there's a song in there somewhere.
Oh, there is. No, that's an Ed Sheeran song.
Oh, yeah,
She's gonna start breaking out in song in a minute. Is our Emily?
I always do it. I know any excuse. Hey, well, yeah, we won't talk about my singing. That's another level.
You'll see that later.
But thank you, Ben. That's amazing. Thank
Yeah,
you so
listen,
much. And
don't
I'll be there at the Valentine's.
The Valentine's ball tomorrow night from 7 till 9. Dry Wave events. Search for it on Facebook. Get yourself along to the Facebook page. Yeah, don't be shy. Nice one,
Absolutely.
gang.
I shared it to Cara Battle, one of the service users, and she was like, where has this been all my life? I'm having like a little mini rave with my minstrels and my juice, and I'm dancing around my room. And I was like, Cara, do you know what I mean? Yeah, minstrel. So, and I shared it to so many sites, and so many people were like, what's this about? And they absolutely loved it. So thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing. We're getting up to 6,000-7,000 people watching it every week now. You know, we have a beautiful live with all people connecting on it and chatting, and Dan, it's just so it's such a cool platform. I'd love to see you all there. Listen, I'm gonna have to go, guys.
Thank you, Ben.
Right, Paul. Thanks, bro. See you in a bit, guys. See you later, gang. Bye.
Thank you. Right, it's Willie. Do you know what, Willie? It's my favourite time of the evening. It's Willie's words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Willie gives his insight, gives his support. So I'm going to pin you, Willie, and you can tell us some words of wisdom and some support for everybody, sweetheart. Go for it, Willie.
My name's Willie, and this is Willie's wisdom for tonight. A man is not old until regrets take part of his dreams. Now, what that means is when you get older, everyone have regrets, but you can always follow your dreams. Just got to keep going. And that's a quote that I like. I like to share it with everybody. I'm on here again, yeah. All my friends out there on Facebook, everywhere. Thanks for all the stuff you've done for me and brought me through LUF and everything like that. Giving me more confidence. And I'd like to say, I think about everyone outside who's struggling, and you know, I don't like it. I've been recovered in mental health now for about 8 years, but every single day I still go through the same thing. You know, I'll get I've got medication to help me, but I don't take it away. It never does. I'd like to say, I hope people out there are getting the right kind of help, and they can talk to someone about the mental health. Mental health has got a big stigma against it, because when I was in court and I just had possession of a weapon charge, my solicitor said to me, after I got remanded in custody, he said, it's not the weapon, he said, it's you. He said, you've been remanded because you have paranoid schizophrenia, and they won't take the chance to let you out. Some people will go through prison, and when I did, it was hard. I had paranoid thoughts, thought everyone was up to stuff. It was just wrecking my head every single day. And what's come out of it, as I've wrote my own book about my life, about my mental health, about the things I've been through, sleeping rough, addiction, where I come from, all the hospitals, and it just keeps going round and round and round. 25 years now, nearly I've done, locked up. Last time I was out, I finished 5 years. I was out a week. I don't even think I was out a week. And they put me back in because they said I couldn't live in community. So to everyone outside, try and get help if you can. And I hope you're all well. And I love all of you. Even at night, when I go to bed, I sit thinking, all my friends out there, all these people, and they're unwell. And, you know, it just rips me apart knowing people are still suffering like mad and there's no help. So to all here, I love yous all. You know where I am. I'll be on Saturday next week with Vanilla Willie's Wisdom. Take care. Bye-bye. Love yous. Bye, Willie.
Oh,
Nice one,
Willie,
Go on, man.
honestly, I just need to can I just say that Willie, every single day, Willie will message me
Yeah.
morning and evening to see if I'm okay. And he messages so many other service users, and honestly, your name is bandied around and it's just full of love and admiration and strength. You are amazing, and I truly mean that. I cannot wait to meet up with Willie. We're going to go and have lunch, we're going to have a coffee, and I just cannot wait. Amazing man. Someone's asked what your book's called, Willie.
It's called Shattered Mirrors.
Shattered
And
mirrors.
it's called Shattered Mirrors because when you look into a mirror in the morning when you get up for a wash,
Yep.
or you go in the afternoon, or whenever you look in a mirror, if you look into it, you see your own problems, your own thoughts. So because of that, it's called Shattered Mirrors.
Oh, Willie, I can't wait. I'm excited about a copy. So I've written that as well, that it's going to be called Shattered Mirrors. You've got a publisher, haven't you? You've got it published.
Yeah. It'll be about 10 days from now I'll get it.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Willie, I have never, ever in my life seen as much love come through on these comments as what you're getting, mate. It is phenomenal. You know, you've just got so much people, so much love for you out there, mate. You are loved today, Willie McBlain. Good lad, Willie. I wish I had your courage. We've got the girls chatting about wax melts and how do you clean it.
Don't even
girls.
Girls, don't set me off. They're asking me about how to take wax. Wax melt. It's too much. It's carnage.
You're such a gentleman, Willie. It's a pleasure to know you.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, mate. And do you know what? It's my first experience of Willie tonight, and I want more Willie.
Excuse me, we can leave that for another show. That could be a nighttime finale show, but we'll just leave it there, Peter. We'll just leave that one there. Right, Peter, it's that time.
Nah, it's not.
Right, now listen, I just want to point this out to anybody, right? If there's any artists, music artists, producers, we're going to be showing a bit of Puzzle Productions in a minute. And it's a song that's made for the NHS. Now, I sing in it, and I just want you to all know that, honestly, if there's going to be lots of offers for me to start making a record, an album, anything like that, honestly, don't worry about it. Just want to put that out there. Nelly, you'll be proud of me. Your Whitney Houston singing has done me. Honestly, what you've taught me is amazing. Wait till you see it. But I'm going to put Peter on just to quickly go through Puzzle Productions and what it's about, because you are the man behind Puzzle Production.
Well, I mean, that's very nice of you to say that, Emily. You know, it's I'm not just the man behind Puzzle Productions. It's a group thing. Do you know what I mean? It's not just one person. It's a we thing. We are behind Puzzle Productions. Everybody that's in Puzzle Productions is important. You know, when we originally got together on the platform and we were like, we need another group. What should we do? we thought, like, you know, what about a bit of a drama group, you know? And you've got to bear in mind that, you know, through the time when the concept for this came around, it was lockdown. So, I mean, how do you do flipping drama group when you can't be with each other and feel each other's emotions and, you know, feelings and things like that? So, you know, we got to playing around with it and recording silly little bits on the phones. And we're up to 10 episodes now. And, you know, yeah, you know, we're not professional actors by any stretch. And we're definitely not professional singers by any means. But, you know, the concept behind it is we all meet on a Monday on Zoom. We have a good crack. We discuss, you know, life problems. And what we're trying to do is just highlight little things that in recovery we see as you know, as human beings, and what we have to deal with. You know, and we're putting it out there on a platform for people to be able to see how it affects us. The vision behind it is literally, you know, for when we do get back to face, is that we could maybe produce, you know, a small series and have it run properly, you know, with proper filming equipment and things like that, which I believe we can apply for grants through Red Rose Recovery, through the great people there who you know, who do grants and things. So, you know, that's something that we could look at in the future. But, you know, without further ado, I must say, this is absolutely phenomenal. No, Emily, you're not speaking.
Just wait, I'm putting the song right. So Peter's a bit upset because Peter wasn't actually around when we made this, but I think it's really professionally made up, actually. And I'm going to let the viewers, you know, we're just going to try and share this. Just bear with me because, you know, I'm not very technical. Is it that one? No, it is. But we need to go back 1 minute. Oh. Can you see that, guys?
Just a blank screen, that at the minute.
Where at the minute?
It's not. We need to share. Stop share. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Share screen.
Oh, it's not working. What a shame.
Can you see that?
Here we go.
We've also got to review exactly where we want to. So
there's a hero. If you look inside your heart, you don't have to be afraid of what you are. There's an answer if you reach into your soul, and the sorrow that you know will melt away. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. It's a long road when you face the world alone. No one reaches out a hand for you to hold. You can find love if you search within yourself, and that emptiness you felt will disappear. And then a hero comes along with the strength to carry on, and you cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you finally see the truth that a hero lies in you. Look now,
alone, but don't let anyone take them away. Hold on, there will be tomorrow. In time, you'll find the way.
And you know our hero comes along with the strength to carry on and cast your fears aside, and you know you can survive. So when you feel like hope is gone, look inside and you'll be strong, and you'll finally see the truth, that the hero lies in you. That the hero lies in you. I'd just like to thank everybody at the NHS for all that they've done for us for the last 12 months and for the coming months. Everybody at Red Rose Recovery, thanks you all.
Hi guys, how are we? Matthew here. I'd just like to put out a big massive thank you to everyone who's worked on the front line during the coronavirus pandemic. The work that you have put in to keep people safe and healthy has been incredible, so thank you so much.
Yeah, I want to say a massive thank you to all the beautiful people that work within the NHS. To risk your life on a daily basis in order to save others is the bravest thing a person can do. You truly are heroes. Thank you very much.
This is a message for all the NHS and frontline staff. You're doing an amazing job. We're so proud of you. Keep on going. We will get there eventually with the work you're doing. We wish you all the luck in the world, all the best. That we get through this. Keep going, everyone. All our love sending from Red Rose. Thank you.
Hi, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody from the NHS that has worked for the COVID-19. You have done an absolute amazing job, and you have really helped so many people. Please, carry on, and hopefully this disease will go and die down. I just hope that everybody stays safe during this pandemic, and that's a big thank you from Red Rose Recovery and all the staff and the people that work in this environment. Just want to say a massive thank you.
Well, there we go.
So
Puzzle
the album
production.
comes out in April. No, joking. I think, you know what? I just think we smashed that, actually. I think that was a real effort to the NHS. Nelly, what do you think of the singing skills there? Because obviously Nelly used to sing, Nelly was a good singer, actually. I used to bang a tune out, didn't you, Nelly?
I think it was absolutely perfect, because you are all heroes. Even though we're all at home staying safe, there's a hero in each and every one of us. So keep shining like the hero that you are, and well done.
Oh, thank you.
I just want to say a massive, I'm so proud of everybody in that video, and people who on a weekly basis get involved with puzzle productions. I missed you all so much while I was away, and we've got great things coming in the future, and just keep watching these videos, guys. Keep liking and sharing on this forum as well, because it's massively important to keep liking and sharing, and then it gets out to more people. Good things coming from Puzzle Productions in the future. Might even have a rebrand of a name coming up soon, so it's easily found when people are searching. We might have a rebrand there. So it just makes me dead happy when you see people just getting on this and doing it for the love of it.
Is there any comments, Peter? Has anyone commented on our beautiful?
Getting emotional. Pass me a tissue. Loads of love from Lee. Well done to you all, Alison Kershaw. Twit Toy Babs. I like that one.
Oh, Bab was
Paige, go on, Toya. Emily, lol.
Oh.
And then, yeah, I can't say that bit. Mariah Carey better be scared.
Thank you, Lee. I know Lee. Yeah, so you know what?
Lindsay Jackson's hiding apparently.
Do you know what? I'm just looking at the time. I think we've got time for a song. Brad, have we got time for another song off Glenn before we do Jacob's story?
Yeah. So you've got, how many songs did you have put together for tonight, Glenn? We're at 3. I think he's just on mute at the minute.
Can we have another song, Glenn? And then we'll have one at the end.
Still on mute, Glenn.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, right, Brad, over to you then, lovey.
Yeah, go on then, Glenn, without further ado. Over to you.
Oh, yeah, I'll whack one in.
Can I just interrupt quite quickly? I do apologise. I've got a lady who's just come through to my inbox from Red Rose, and she desperately wants to speak to me. She doesn't want to say it on the forum, but she desperately, I've got to go. Oh, yeah, she's desperately in need of speaking to me, and I don't know why, but I've got to go. But can I just say, Willie, you have been the star of the show tonight for me. Thank you.
Brilliant.
God bless you, sweetheart.
Nelly,
God bless
thank
you
you
all.
so much.
God bless you too.
Thank you. There's a lady in need, so I'm going to go. God bless you.
That's the power of this forum. You know, this is the power of this platform that we've got going out here. You know, Nelly's having to go and make a call now, and that's because someone's reaching out. So that's it. It's about constant connection, guys. Keep reaching out. Over to you, Glenn.
Yeah, I'll try this one as best I can. Here we go. Stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, courage for you to go. So make the best of this test and don't have behind. It's not a question, but I'll ask another time. Sorry, it's something unpredictable. In the end, that's life. I hope you have the time of your life. So take the photographs and still friends in your mind. And hang them on a shelf of girlfriend good time. Tattoo the memories and that's giving out trial. For what it's worth, the rules worth for the while. It's something unpredictable. In the end, that's right. I hope you have the time of your life. So there you go. Thank you.
Brilliant.
A bit messy, but I'll try my best.
Thank you so much. Fantastic.
It was great, that.
Well done. Brad, it's over to you, lovely.
So then we've got Jacob up next, haven't we?
We certainly have. If you want to.
Yeah, so I'll introduce Jacob, and I think he's going to be telling us about his life story tonight. You know, and it's a pleasure to see how far you've come from the man I met 2 years ago doing them groups. And I think that was through Red Rose Recovery, inspiring Burnley.
Yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it, to think that's like 2 years ago now.
Yeah, you know, and it's a pleasure to see how much and how well you've grown to the man you've become.
Cheers. Cheers.
So I'll hand it over to you, Jacob.
Right. So, hi everybody. You know, share this video and like it. It's been really good being on. Thanks, Emily, for asking me to do it. Yeah. So I'm going to talk about how I got into recovery. You know, I came in at quite a young age. And then I want to talk about my work a bit after and what we're doing in Accrington. So for me, you know, my story is probably a little bit different to the ones that you hear inside the rooms. You know, I didn't have to go to necessarily some of the depths that we're here. You know, I don't have 1,000 war stories to tell. That's just not me. You know, I had quite a good upbringing. I come from a good family. I had a brilliant mum. My dad's an alcoholic. You know, we grew up with him in addiction, and he's still, you know, he's still there now. It's not brilliant in that sense, but we had everything. You know, we grew up in a nice area, so I don't like to point to my upbringing and say, oh well, that's what made me an addict, because I don't think it was that. You know, from a very like young age, I started drinking on parks like any sort of young teenager, and I just really took to it. You know, I was always the drunkest one out of my friends. You know, I couldn't really go through a night without making a bit of a fool of myself. I was just hooked straight away. But I always seem to do all right. I always seem to like course through life okay, you know. So I ended up going to university, and I went off the rails like completely, you know. It was, they handed me a student loan, so I absolutely like did myself on it. But I still managed to scrape through. I still managed to do okay, even though I was blackout for most of it. You know, I look back on those memories, and I should have memories there that I'd carry with me for the rest of my life, and I don't have them because I can barely remember it. But I did all right. I scraped through. I stayed on at the university, but I was just a mess. You know, I was covered in UV paint. I remember seeing a picture of me, and I'm bright yellow on it. Do you know what I mean? And at the time, I suppose I just thought that's what life was supposed to look like. You know, I was supposed to be like that. I could get away with it. I was a student. I was doing all right. So I didn't really notice how ill I really was. You know, it's not until something dramatic happens that you come to appreciate it, and you come to appreciate the what gets you there, the steps that sort of get you there. And so I did all right. I managed to get through uni, and I stayed on. I did a master's degree. Again, it was just like I was normalish through the day. I worked a bit, but like the minute I got any free time, I was blackout. I had this little girlfriend that I'd been with for a while, you know, and we were like Sid and Nancy, honestly. And you don't realise how unhealthy relationships are, again, until you're out of them. And what I found was I was a complete mess, you know. I was broken. I was in bits all the time. I was just coasting through life, waiting for the next drink, the next time that I could just escape myself and not be me. And it was really difficult. Some of the situations that I put us through were not situations that we should have been in. You know, I was getting arrested a lot. I was spending nights in cells. I was in hospital. It just got worse and worse. But I'd gone completely off the rails, and I couldn't appreciate it. So again, you know, I managed to do all right. I managed to skim through everything. I was living on the skin of my teeth quite a lot. Like every sort of the days were awful, but I just managed to sort of get there and like keep myself as safe as I could. You know, I managed to come out of university. I did all right at it. I did well enough to get myself a job. I got I moved in with my girlfriend. We got a house, and everything on paper was how it should be. But life isn't really lived on paper, you know. It's behind all that, behind all the surface stuff, that the house, the job, the relationship. I got engaged. I was a mess, you know, and I just created a really unhappy, toxic environment wherever I went. You know, my family was starting to distance themselves from me. They'd seen me as a liability for a while. You know, my mum was supportive, but you know, what could she do? Well, you couldn't bring me anywhere. I couldn't go to family events. I couldn't do anything because I'd make drink the centerpiece, and it was just how I lived my life, you know. Just searching for the next drink or the next excuse to drink. I was hiding cans around the house, hiding things in washing machines, like, you know, like just trying to trying to avoid the problem and minimize it as much as I could. And on the surface, I probably looked all right. You know, I probably looked like I was doing fine. But everything came to a head as it was always going to do, because the foundations that I built, I'd sort of built them on sand. You know, it was like a deck of cards waiting to blow over. There were all the pieces were there, but none of them had fit together. You know, so I paid the piper for it, as was always going to happen. You know, my ex left me, and it absolutely shattered me. And I know I feel a bit sort of thingy talking about it like that, like it was a big turning point, but it was a rock bottom for me. You know, I stopped going into work, I gave up my house, and I ended up sort of living at my mum's and my dad's a bit, sleeping on floors, and it just was awful for me. And that isn't the depths that a lot of the people, you know, to some people that wouldn't be that much, but for me it was enough. It was enough for me to really take a step back and realize how far I'd sort of self-destructed. I was suicidal, and you know, I'm big on social media. I've always enjoyed social media and sharing about my life, and I sort of did that, but went a little bit overboard with it when everything sort of went wrong for me. So I was making live videos where I was like an absolute mess, suicidal, absolutely broken, and I was just so fortunate that that a family saw me. They saw how much I deteriorated in such a quick time, and it was a woman that I used to work with, and they reached out to me, and they pretty much saved my life, to be honest, because I was resigned to the fact that I was done. Like, I'd had everything and lost it, and I could only blame myself for it. So I was resigned to the fact that was me. But this family saw me, saw the situation I was in, and they come and took, you know, they took me out of it. And you know, I'll always be really grateful for that. I feel like they literally saved my life. They turned up and took me away and looked after me like a bit of a stray dog, to be honest. And I stayed there for a while. I was there for a few months, and I remember waking up there, and I'd not actually realised where I'd been. I woke up in a strange woman's bedroom, and I thought, do you know what I mean? I didn't realise like how I got there, where I was, at anything. And I sort of stuck my head out the door, and I could hear like the sounds of what was a normal household, you know, like children playing, the mum's cooking breakfast, the dad's getting ready for work and stuff. And I just thought, do you know what? You can't ruin this house. You like you've done to all the ones that you've been in. You can't treat these people that way. And I just made a decision then and there that was me. You know, I was really grateful for them taking me in the first place. So I just sort of rode it out, and it was horrible. You know, I spent like the best part of a week throwing up blood and fitting, and I didn't realize that you were supposed to like go in somewhere and you were supposed to get detoxed. For me, I thought that all treatment centers and things like that, I thought that was something that you had to pay for. I didn't realize you get funding for that. I thought that was something that, you know, celebrities did when they you know, I thought it was like Russell Brand had afforded it, Jacob John, not a chance. But so I rode it out, and it was excruciating. It was awful. So I found myself as 25 years old, and I had to completely restart my life. It would be on repair. I'd severed all my ties. I'd moved out of the town that I was living in, and I was just this strange loner living in the spare bedroom at this family's house. So I sort of really had to have a think about how I wanted to live my life, you know, whether using was something that I could do, whether I could reintroduce it. And I made a decision then and there that it wasn't, you know, I was not able to use successfully. I was not able to drink. That had to be off the cards for me. But what it did leave was a massive void of, you know, who I was. I had no idea who Jacob was, because I constructed an identity around drink and being like the sort of center of attention at a party and things like that. I built my whole confidence and self-esteem around cans. And you know, as it goes, I had to completely sort of reinvent myself. And I remember sort of turning up to the groups with Brad at Red Rose. They'd come in a little bus and take us out and stuff. And it was a bit of a culture shock for me. I'm not going to lie. Like, you know, I'd come from this sort of, I'd had like quite a decent job and stuff, and overnight everything had just gone. And I was sat on a minibus. One of my first experiences in recovery, we went to this sports day event, and they had me dressed up as a Christmas tree, putting baubles on me, and I'm like, you know, I'd never seen anything like it in my life, to be honest. It was a proper culture shock. So it was just alien, you know. But one thing that I did feel was the sense of community, and I saw people looking out for each other, and I thought, I want in on that. That's the way that's the Jacob that I want to be. I want to be a part of this community of people helping each other. Like, fantastic. So I did. I threw myself into it. You know, I left the family that I was living in. I explained I was going into. You know, I didn't go into a treatment centre. I got offered one. I went into supported housing instead. I felt like that would have been enough. That structure, the fact that I was being tested, and the way that they'd encourage me to get out and seek help. You know, I did a community rehab program, and I felt that would be enough for me. So I moved in, and again, you know, I'd never seen it. I can't mention the organisations, names of places, but it was like Recovery's Faulty Towers. Honestly, it was something else. I mean, I love it to death. Don't get me wrong. I'm not slating it. Like, I really, really loved living there. The floors were a bit crooked and stuff, but it was, you know, it was better than anything because I was starting to be me again, you know. And I'd try anything. That they suggested. You know, I remember Dan Littlechild, I think still involved with Red Rose. He was there at the time, and he'd be banging on my door, turning up with yoga mats, going, right, come on, Jake, we're going yoga today. We're doing skiing tomorrow, and he'd have all these little like things that we were doing. And I just threw myself into it. You know, I threw myself into the community rehab program that I was doing. You know, I tried really hard at it because I didn't want to get caught in that cycle of. I could do this right now at like in my 20s, you know, and I could go back and enjoy life. I didn't want to keep doing it and keep going through, you know, it was my one go with it, and I was going to go head first and go for it. So I did. And yeah, I got involved with fellowship. I was massively into that. You know, I was attending meetings every night. I was doing bits at Red Rose, LUF events. I was always at LUF events when they were held. I just embedded it into my lifestyle, and I made recovery the centerpiece of who I am. And I think that was a massive turning point for me because, you know, I did it before that. I'd sort of, addiction was secretive. It was something that was under the rug. I was out on paper living a decent life. People didn't need to know about my addiction and stuff. So I made it that everyone knew that I was in recovery. You know, I embraced it. I made it as a significant part of who I am. And I think that making that decision allowed me to make sure that with that at the centerpiece, I wasn't going to try and hide stuff and get secretive and sneak back into sort of my old way of life. That wasn't going to happen because I was Jacob John, a person in recovery, and that was who I am, and I constructed everything around that. You know, so I got really involved with the fellowship, and I wanted to sort of contribute to the like community of recovery, but not in the same ways that a lot of other people do, because I don't have the skill sets to go through and work in treatment centres. You know, I don't have the life experiences to connect with a lot of the life experiences that you get in recovery. So I can only use the skill set that I've got. And for me, that meant like I got involved with service in the area. You know, I helped write the policies and procedures and things like that, you know, making the contributions with the skill set that I had to benefit the community, because I felt that was my best way to do it. You know, I was really fortunate as well, you know, through sort of the power of recovery. You know, I remember going to like a meeting one night and getting really down that I was still on benefits and I still in supported housing and I didn't have a job. And I was offered a really good opportunity to come and do a bit of marketing for the company I work for now, the Challenge Through Sport initiative. And it was all like social media stuff, you know, promoting videos, making posters and things. But there was talk of them getting into like community centres and making like a retail element to it. And it was something I'd done before. When I was at university, I'd worked for another charity managing shops. It was like my sort of university job. So I had an experience there that would benefit like the charity that I'm working for, and therefore the recovery community, because the charity that I work with, we work with a lot of substance misuse clients, a lot of people, you know, going through treatment centres and things like that. So it was an ideal opportunity for me to get involved with. And we're down at the Arndale in Accrington. And we've got quite a large like unit, and it's the first half of it is like a charity shop. We sell furniture, bric-a-brac, clothes, all that sort of stuff. But the second half of it, which is what I want to talk about tonight, is the community hub. So there we're going to host a lot of like well-being groups. You know, we want to get involved in hosting groups for like our service users, but also make it part of the local community as well. Because I think one thing that's really important about, for me anyway, coming into recovery was not to just exist in recovery. You know, I wanted it to be a bridge to normal living, a bridge to getting back into the community, like locally, and to build a normal life for myself. So we're hoping to like sort of make groups there, you know, like elderly coffee mornings, mum and toddler groups and things like that. So our service users will come in and they'll see stuff that applies to them that isn't necessarily recovery orientated. And I think embedding into a community in that sense is really important. Yeah, so obviously lockdown, like we can't open at the moment. You know, we're still running collections and a click and collect service to buy like furniture and things like that, but we're really looking to start bringing in the groups as soon as possible. You know, we're allowed so many people in our groups as like through well-being and to promote that. So we're hoping to really get the ball rolling on that. So it's really exciting. You know, it's based in Accrington, which in itself, you know, there's a lot of supported housing around here. There's a lot of people coming out of treatment centres and moving around here, and it's just a really exciting project for people to get involved in. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. That's me really. It's, yeah, if you want to get involved, anyway, if you want to get involved with the community hub charity element, if you search Active Seconds on Facebook or on Instagram, we're everywhere. You know, there's volunteering opportunities, pathways to employability, and obviously if you want to make any donations, or you're looking, you know, people coming out of treatment centres and into supported housing and vice versa, you know, we sell really affordable furniture and clothing and stuff like that, and it's just a nice little hub for the community. So I'll leave it there. Thank you,
Jacob. Thank you so much. Peter, can you write what that link is? What is it called again?
Just
sorry.
Active Seconds. If you search Active Seconds, you'll find it. We're sort of everywhere.
Jacob, mate, honestly, you are an absolute inspiration. To be so young and to be doing what you're doing, my friend, is an absolute pleasure to listen to you today. I'm going
to be one of them old ladies that comes for a cup of tea. You know what I mean? Because I'm a grandma now. Because I'm a grandma.
No, but you know, I can relate to your story so much, Jacob. You know, and I can't wait to be able to come down to the hub and have a chat with you face to face. You know, because there's a lot of things. I've not long come out of treatment myself there, and you know, I've just got the idea around my head around like never drinking again and like that, and it's taken a lot, you know. And I'm like 38. I don't even want to guess how old you are, and I feel like I'm going to miss out a load of my life for not being able to do these things, even though I'm investing my life in so many other ways now, like in recovery and my family and my home, and you know. I feel like I'm gonna miss stuff.
I totally get that. You know, I did think like, am I making a decision just to become really boring overnight? But what I've found is the meaningful connections and, you know, forging relationships with people that are built on more than just like substance misuse, essentially. That's priceless. Those are the sorts of experiences that you miss out on while you're out there in the madness, and they're worth 1,000 times more. You know, that's just what I found in the last couple of years. The transformation in myself is massive. If you saw a picture of me from like 3, 4 years ago, you know, I had long hair, a big beard. I thought I were a punk rocker, to be honest. I wasn't. I was awful at it. And you know, I had like safety pins in my ear, bright yellow. I'm skinny now, but I was skinnier, you know. And just yeah, I still flick through photos of myself like that just to see how far I've come. And it's all down to recovery. It's all down to the community. And the Kickstarter in it for me was Red Rose. It was a couple of the workers turning up in minivans and taking me away to strange groups like sports days and, you know, stuff that I'd never even considered. You know, I would not have considered meditation groups at my age. That would have been too strange for me. But now, you know, it's something that I quite enjoy.
Well, it's like, I came to Red Rose Recovery because after a relapse, you know, I did 7 years sober and then thought, I'm all right now, I can go back out and try again. No. And I came to Red Rose and same, you know, I'd have never thought I'd have been doing puzzle productions, trying to do some drama group, you know, like there is a situation where like they'd said to me, right, you need to go outside, so you need to be a policewoman. Right, so like, you need to go outside and you need to like knock on a car and pretend ask the person to get out of the car because you're arresting Terry Tibbs. So I'm like on my street with my phone, like walking around trying to find like next door neighbour's car, white car, like knocking on it. Nobody's in it, like going, can you step out of the vehicle, please? This woman's walking past me, a shopper, like looking at me as like, fucking hell, what's up with her? She's been drinking again. But it's just a fun. Honestly, the stuff we do, like you say, we dressed up for Halloween, we're all sat there dressed up doing a quiz, and it's mental, and you just think we're in recovery, we're absolutely mental, but I absolutely love it because everyone gets each other on here. The people out there, can you not just have like one drink? No, I can't, love it, you know. And it's real, and like you say, the transformation, this is about transformation tonight, and the transformation that we have all made, you know, to where we are now from what we were. It's immense, and you are, like you say, you know, you're a young lad, and your story is amazing. It's inspirational, and you like you say about Faulty Towers. You just imagine it. And then Dan Littlechild, Dan is still, he works for Red Rose. So Dan, I want to see this yoga mat, mate. Actually, I want to have a yoga lesson. Really, I'm just wondering if we could have a yoga group.
Oh, he brought me on that speaker boot camp once, right? Do you know the speaker boot camp? And he said to me, Jacob, he said, what you're going to do, we'll go into this room and it's just a PowerPoint, mate. Like, don't worry about it. You watch a PowerPoint, job done, you can go home. I went, all right then. We walked in and Emma Dagger's come in and she said, right, well, when you speak in front of these 200 people at this LUF at Accrington, he always set us up with all sorts. He had his down ski slopes. Yeah, I've got a lot of time for that. I like that.
Well, hi, Dan. Dan's, it's actually he's off, you see, so usually Dan will do this, but he's left it in the capable hands of me and Brad and Peter. But yeah, you want to say hello to Dan? He's watching. He is actually watching.
Some comments for you, Emily. Christopher, I have more fun sober than ever before. I relate to that now. I really do. I didn't realise I'd have so much fun being sober and doing the things that I do now and we do in recovery. You would never have thought we'd do them. We've got Darren Bird, he's sent an emoji through where he's rolling around the floor. Well done, Jacob. You're totally inspiring. Top one, Jacob. Thank you. Great share, Jacob. Well done, Jacob. Take this in, mate, because this is
nice, isn't it?
You know what I mean? It's lovely, isn't it? You know, let it resonate with you there. I wish I could have got hold of this at your age. You know what I mean? And massive lots of love for you there, Jacob. So well done. You're an inspiration, mate. I think that hat says icon on it, doesn't it? I think you're wearing the right hat, mate.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice. Yeah. Cheers.
And there's plenty of people that are going to want to come down to the shop when it opens. I know where Steph Matterson said that she was going to give you a ring and she'll come down, Matterson, come down and see you at the hub.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, no, it'll be really good for the community, you know, it'll be fantastic. I'm really excited for it to get the ball rolling. I mean, I've been in there since summer pretty much, and it was like an empty shell, and now to see it fill up as a shop, and we've got all these big ideas about the types of groups that we're putting on. I mean, it's just really exciting.
We definitely need Willie in there, don't we, Willie?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, anytime.
Willie, we need you in that shop, mate.
Willie's working.
You're on mute, Jake. You're on mute. Where is he? Oh, your camera's gone off now, Willie. Where have you gone? Don't believe in me, Willie. Oh no, Willie. It's all gone Pete Tong now because I've asked him to go in shop. If you come back, Willie, let us know. Your camera's gone off, lovey.
So are we going to have? I reckon we've got time for another song tonight.
We definitely got time for another song. If Willie can come back on afterwards, because I want to know when Willie's
Let's
meeting.
have another inspirational quote from Willie, and let's have another song.
Glenn, are you ready for a song?
Yeah, I'm ready. I've calmed myself down a bit. I got a bit discombobulated with the last one, and it almost but never mind. So I'll calm myself down a bit. Take a deep breath.
There we go, Emma.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, go on, Willie.
Willie's back.
Go on, Willie, quickly. Are you going to come to the shop?
Yeah, definitely.
Nice one, Willie. Right, we've got some more music now, Glenn.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Jesus, he's the lover of my soul. Jesus, I will never let you go. 'Cause you have taken me from the miry clay and set my feet upon the rocks. Now I know I love you. I need you. Though my world may fall, I'll never let you go. My Savior, my closest friend, I will worship you until the very end. Worship you, my Lord, till the very end. Worship you, my Lord, till the very end.
Beautiful song, that, Glenn.
Thank you, brother.
So much meaning behind that song. You know, I remember being next door to you. I used to lie there on my bed and listening to you play on your guitar. You know, it's brilliant. I won't mind learning to play that myself. I think you mentioned you've got some funding coming from some equipment.
Yeah, I'm through Red Rose and support from people that work through LUF and Red Rose. I've got the and teach some drums and some. I'm going to be teaching a bit of guitar and hopefully teaching vocals, Emily, and so jobs are good. And
what are you offering me a job? What are you offering me a singing position?
Yes, definitely. Woo, go for it.
If my mum was watching this, all them karaoke's I used to do when I was quite worse for wear is paid off.
There you go. Yeah, so a bass playing as well. I'm going to try and teach a bit of bass and a bit of electric guitar. So, onwards and upwards.
Brilliant.
Thank you for asking me on today. Thank you.
Emily.
Yeah?
Can I just do another quick quote?
Of course, Willie, of course you can. We've got time. Glenn, thank you. Brad, can you just introduce Willie for another quick quote, please?
Yeah, so Willie McBlain for his inspirational quotes. I think we all get inspired by him as well. I'll hand it over to you.
Thanks, Brad.
All right, Bob.
If you can imagine it, you can achieve it. If you can dream it, you can become it.
Love it.
That's just another quote. More next week, everybody.
Top man.
Willie, we absolutely Oh, what's that crackling?
I don't know. I think it's my.
Is it you,
I think it's Glenn.
Huh?
I don't know. Willie, thank you. Do you know what? Brad, have you got anything to say? Have you got anything you want to say to the guys?
No, I haven't. No, but you know what an amazing show it's been tonight. You know, my nerves have calmed down a little bit. You know, I've gone through the process. Just you know, I'm privileged to be able to be part of this, to be a part of this platform. You know, I think it's been a good show tonight, and I just want to thank every single one of you for coming on and being a part of it as well.
We want to thank you as well, Brad.
Yeah, go on, Brad. Big up to Brad. Absolutely smashed it. Yeah, honestly. And I think the people on here, the characters on here have got such inspiration. It really is. Oh, sorry. It really is inspirational. The people, I mean, you know, Antonelli had to go off quick because somebody wanted to speak to her urgently. Do you know, the love that people put into this forum is just amazing. I need to say it as well. Lindsay Jackson, get well soon. She's been poorly. My friend, poorly. She's going to be all right though, Willie. She's going to be all right. But we did a bit of a live video call last night to run the quiz, and
as long as she's all right, love.
She's going to be all right. Willie, just give us some love, please. Lindsay Jackson, can you just send us some love?
Yeah, I don't know how to do it on this.
Just give us some love. Just say, can I send you some love, Lindsay?
Right. Can I send you some love, Lindsay? Hope you get better soon, darling.
I hope you got that, Lindsay. She did. She got it. She got it. We're all right. We're all right.
A few more comments for you here, Emily. Brad's got some shoulders. Go on, Bradley. Get them out, lad. Emily, get Peter to sing too. No, you're all right, Darren. It's not my show tonight. Great show, guys. You've all smashed it. To be your best, you must beat your worst. Awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it's been an absolute pleasure. You know, what else would we be doing on a Saturday night normally if we weren't sat here at the computer on the LUF Lounge, going live, being inspired by people like Jacob and Willie and Glenn and Brad and Emily and, you know, Antonella. It's been an absolute pleasure, guys. It really has. You know, it just gives me an absolute warm to be here. Thank you so much.
And don't forget, we've got Ben's dry wave event tomorrow, Valentine's special.
Ben as well. Sorry, yeah.
We need to tune into to Ben. But I just want to say, Glenn, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on and doing your music.
Thanks for asking me on. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure to finally meet you. Well, you know, on Zoom, obviously. And I will be definitely down at that shop. Definitely.
Cheers. Thanks for letting us come on.
Oh, no, thank you so much. Willie, you know I love you. Inspiration as usual. And I'd like to thank Brad and Peter for helping me out. I think we've smashed it. I think this is, you know, I think we've managed it. I think we've done all right.
Better than that.
Right.
Is that it then? Are we off, guys?
I think that's it. I think we're wrapping it up there, Emily. Cara Shipley, thank you all. I swear I'm going through a lot at the minute. Just the quotes I can relate to. Thanks all. Absolutely fantastic show tonight again. You know, so there's just so much love out there. So I think that's it, Emily, from my end. So thanks very much.
Thank you. Brad, anything?
No,
Thanks.
that's everything.
Thanks, lads.
Thank
See you
you
later.
so
Thank you,
much,
Willie.
everybody. Take care, everybody. Thank
God bless.
you.
Bye.